Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to SHIFTCAST, episode 3. Joined this week by KOncept.
Oi, oi. What's
Safe, bro, you good?
Yes, man. I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, all good. So to start things off, do you want to give yourself an introduction, bro?
Yeah, well, you've done a good job here for me. I'm DJ KOncept. You probably see my face in town on the posters, like the little silhouette logo. I've been DJing in town for a long time. Started off in sort of mezze lounge and then kind of worked my way through town then, and now I put on nights every Friday and Saturday and try not to be rubbish with it. So
now we're here.
Yeah, now we're here, mates. I've upgraded, like.
That's yeah, man. Okay, so first things first, guys. We'll start for our first reoccurring segment. The first section is. It is.
The suspense, like.
Yeah, word association. So I'll give you some words.
Okay.
Music related.
Okay.
Not music related. And you just tell me the first thing that comes to mind.
Alright.
Okay, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, so music.
Life.
Raving.
Passion.
2020.
Try again.
Newport.
Could do better.
Cumbrain.
Wish.
Tech house.
Damp at the moment.
Yeah. Lockdown.
Pass.
Wales.
Best country in the world.
England.
Worst country in the world.
Yeah. COVID-19.
Try again.
Free parties, like illegal raves.
Free parties, need more of them.
Yeah, for it.
100%.
Ibiza.
Mecca.
Yeah. Drum and bass.
Love it.
Shift music events.
Amazing.
Pep-based chicken.
Oh, banging, bro. Banging. Oh, jeez. Do you go hot?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah, got it ready. Got it.
Boris Johnson.
Toupee wearing swear word.
Shift TV.
Best TV show ever.
And cheese and toasted.
Cheese and toasted? Sandwich? I don't know.
Alright, sweet. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, bro, is Newport. So you're come round by.
I am, yeah. For my sins.
Yeah, nice. So when did you start, in terms of, we want to talk about Newport as in music, yeah, and how it's changed over the years. So when did you first go to Newport, say, on a night out and drinking?
Sorry for the club owners that potentially might watch this, but when I was 15, really, I kind of started going to town. I was quite into my band music back in the day.
Okay.
Like into like my metal and my hard rock and stuff. Yeah. And I used to go to TJ's because I'm old enough to remember that. So showing my age a bit there.
What's TJ's? What club is it?
Oh, don't, man. TJ's was amazing. TJ's was institutional to Newport nightlife. Okay, so back in the day, we're talking 15, 20 years ago. Newport nightlife, as in music wise, was at the forefront of the UK. So like there's like loads of stories where Courtney Love proposed to Kurt Cobain in TJ's.
Jen.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's apparently an urban.
Yeah. Okay.
Oasis have played in TJ's. Nirvana played in TJ's.
Oh wow,
amazing.
Where was it to?
It was where the 24-hour shop is by Neon.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
But yeah, so I was brought up a lot on that. I had a lot of mates that were in bands that were from Newport. Obviously, with me being in Cumbrain then, so I started spending a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
Every Friday, their parents would go out and we'd have a house party or we'd have a sleepover, which would involve us basically getting on it.
Yeah.
We'd end up working our way into town and just trying to get in.
Did you have any luck as 15-year-olds?
Yeah, I had fake ID and everything. Paid a $5 for it.
Any facial hair then?
Nah. Awful. Man, I looked awful as a kid, trust me. I put a picture up yesterday of me as a kid.
I saw you with the glasses. Bring it back up.
The red and green, yeah, they're sick. But yeah, and then it just, out of nowhere, it just seemed as if our generation was the last generation of the band-orientated music in Newport, because it just seemed to die. And then the shift to nightclubs and live sort of events and DJing kind of took over then, and the clubbing industry, should we say, took a hold of Newport, and then it's changed into what it is, and then I capitalised on it. Like when I was a kid and I was going to Newport, I never thought then, oh, I'm going to be in these clubs playing, or I'm going to be doing this, that and the other. I was just in there just because it was, anything you could drink for £2.50, like, do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, just to get on the piss.
And then as I grew up, and then my mates that were in bands then started doing other things, like, as in going off on solo careers and then DJing or becoming starting their own rigging companies and stuff. You kind of pick which one you fall in. So Newport was very different back when I was a little nip, like making myself sound old. I'm 33 at the end of the month, by the way.
Still young.
Yeah. Says you.
In terms of the like other music there? Obviously, you had the bands. What other music was circulating then?
I saw. Well, there's two stories, funny stories. Cascada got bottled off stage in Newport. That was an interesting story.
Every time we turn.
Yeah, Cascada. And I saw the.
Someone bottled it.
I watched the Venga Boys.
In
Escapade.
Yeah, nice, banging.
Yeah, the guy had the big hat and everything.
Yeah.
It was wicked. He had his massive like pants on. Yeah, it was class.
So, so what? So some bloke just bottled.
Yeah, I don't know the actual story. It's one of those. It's one of them street stories, isn't it? Like when you hear like, oh, such and such happened.
Yeah.
All I know is a Cascada got bottled.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like intentional or someone thing, and then she stormed off stage apparently. But yeah, it's one of them urban myths.
Fair play. In terms of clubs, like, what clubs were there? Then like there's that Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice, yeah.
Like,
So
I don't know much, but I only see it because you can see the sign.
Fire and Ice is a wicked layout, mate. It's a class club, yeah. It's easily 1,000 cap.
Oh, nice.
1,000 cap building. They used to have 3 for 1 drinks.
3 for 1.
Yeah, and then it was all you can drink for a tenner.
Fucking hell.
It was.
Imagine that now. Fuck me.
Yeah, it was. It had a bit of a reputation, and I think I can't remember. Something happened. I think some people either died and they all gone in trouble or something, and then before I know it's all locked up. But I'd love to go back in there because. Yeah, it's just all sick. Like the bars in the middle, they used to partition all of the walls off from that, and it was just wicked. I loved it in it. It was wicked, but it's all carpeted, so you stick to the floor.
Oh, stinking out that. Fucking the cleaners.
Earliest clubs I remember, you used to have where Lineker's is now. Used to have that used to be Breeze.
Yeah.
No, Reflex. Sorry, Reflex.
Yeah.
And that was like a straight through club, and it was just straight up classics. Like you'd go in there and play Grab a Granny on a Wednesday night.
Yeah. Nice.
And and then I evolved from where obviously in the band music and stuff. I evolved from TJs into Meze then. So whereas TJs was your out and out concert venue, Meze was your club. So it used to play all the band music, but it would be a nightclub instead. So it would be open until 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and you'd go watch a band in TJ's, and then everyone would stumble across the bridge into town and end up by Meze Lounge, and that's round by where the Cross Keys is now in town. So it's staying that bit. So it was just inside town, so it was a good location. And then the clubs aren't there anymore. I remember things like Karma Lounge. Basement. I loved Basement.
College parties on Basement.
I used to love Basement, mate. Wicked layout. Rude little club. It was all underground. And they used to have mirrors. What used to space me out is they used to have mirrors all on the wall. So on the one wall used to be constant mirrors.
Yeah.
So then you would just look at it and you'd be off your head looking at yourself like, who's that guy looking at me? Like, you'd be like, who are you? Yeah. And then like, alright.
Okay. So Karen, you were saying the clubs that are coming now?
And then the clubs are coming now then, kind of, that's what happened. So you kind of, everything was evolved around live music, and then like your old school kind of clubs where people would like get dressed up to go. So like, it used to be quite a big garage scene still is really, there used to be a massive garage scene in Newport, so like you'd see everyone going out like all dressed up. Going to garage raves because that was the thing. That was the thing. You get your shirts on. All the girls would wear all their dresses and all.
Doll up like.
Yeah, that's the culture, man. And then a bit of it is kind of like bled into kind of the fabric of like where I work and stuff. Like you go in courtyard, everyone's dolled up and all, but they're there and like raving to Scatty D&B. Like that's my only
Scatty D&B.
That's my only nod to it. Like, but and then I've kind of just sort of try to keep with the times. Then there's always something new popping up in town. I think it's good that there's people are still trying to open up stuff because you want a bit of competition and you want to be able to have a choice. You know, there's even with events like me and you, we run different nights, but it's always good if me and you had a night on at the same time. It'd be good to have a choice to say, right, I can either go to Rework or I can go to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fundamentally as well, you want the area to be bubbling with music and energy and and events and
it's just mad to see that because it used to be so band orientated, and now it's gone so the opposite way. Now it's gone more like your DJ, your live event or your rave orientation. And then obviously Newport's always had a rave scene, like it's been a mad rave scene, but it's always kind of been like the underground kind of scene, whereas now it's been more brought forward because the whole Ibiza culture has taken over, and every man and their dog now wants to get on a plane and go to Ibiza and experience what it's like to be in a club, even if they like the music or not. They still take away from it the experience of being in that room, and I think that's what we, as event planners and as people that put these parties on, are taking full advantage of. Because we want to appeal to people that, all right, we've got our crowd and we've got our regulars and we know we're going to be there, but I would rather appeal to people that have never stepped foot in Blind Tiger before. What's their experience going to be?
And they walk in and think, fuck me, I was good.
100%, 100%. And I think that's why we do what we do. And I think that's always been the case for even the band orientation. Like you have a band come through town that you've never heard of before, but because you're musically savvy and musically intuitive with that kind of stuff, you want to pay attention to it.
Yeah, of course.
And you get introduced to obviously all these new music, and that's why I bring in all these guests. That's why I allow all these other nights to come in. That's why I want to do all this stuff, because I want people to experience it all.
100%, bro. I couldn't agree more with that, honestly, I really couldn't. So in terms of Newport, obviously Newport as a city has been a slight decline, a bit of decline over the last, say, 10 years or whatever. I know my mum and dad used to go to Newport when they were younger, and they used to be booming, they used to tell me.
Yeah.
Do you think the decline of the city has affected the nightlife in Newport?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you've got Killeen just outside Newport. They used to have a university, which used to be teeming with students.
Oh, and they used to go to Newport? Really?
Yeah, because it's literally by there, you're in a position to, jump on a taxi, £10 taxi, and you're in town.
It'd be local for a student, wouldn't it?
100%. So again, I mean, Newport nightlife in general would capitalise massively on the term time students.
Yeah.
Wednesday night always used to be student night.
Yeah.
Your Wild Wednesdays, they were called. Because you wouldn't be able to move. You got a Delilah's 9 p.m. on a Wednesday. It's heaving, right? Whereas the sort of start of the end, the downturn, if you will, was the university closing.
Go on.
It took them about 3 years. To really fundamentally close the uni, but then since then, we've lost all of the students. So these people that would go home and tell their friends, "Oh, you should all come to my uni for a night out. This is wicked."
Nothing anymore.
You've just got the same people coming into the clubs now that you always have had, because it's such a small town, small city.
Well, I went to Swansea Uni. Obviously, everyone knows Cardiff what it is, but in them two cities, you've got events every night, literally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But that's because of a student crowd.
100%.
So if you haven't got that, like Newport event, it's going to affect. Well, it's incoming, you think, like obviously Saturday and Sunday are always the big earners anyway, and Fridays, but still, then weekend nights, there's money for clubs.
You're right, there would be a club open every night. Yeah. Whether it was karaoke Tuesdays, whether it was acoustic Mondays, Wild Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, they had everything. Yeah. They had absolutely everything. And Newport was never going to compete with the likes of Swansea or Cardiff, because they're quite close to Bristol as well. So because its location is close, it's a big city that's close to a lot of other big cities, you're going to have a lot of bleed off. Yeah, of course. So what we used to do is we always used to make a point of trying to offer people a fair alternative. Yeah. So you can go to Motion, or you can go to Treatment, or you can go to Sin City and Swansea and go watch these big DJs. But if you're going to have something, then you're going to want to leave there early, because it's a journey. You're going to want to come home and still have somewhere to party. Yeah. I'm more than happy to provide that.
100%. And then, where do you see Newport music industry, Newport going in the future? Say 5-10 years. What do you see happening?
Good question, man. Like I think it's just offering people what they want, really. I think it's more of a understanding of giving people what they want, not necessarily giving them something that is there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think if I'm being hypercritical of myself and of other events that have happened, they've catered to, they've put something on because they can, as opposed to putting something on that the people want.
Yeah, okay.
So
for the sake of it, almost.
Yeah. So I definitely think like the rave scene has got a hold of Newport, and it's not letting go anytime soon. So I definitely think there's going to be a lot more of these house events, these warehouse events, these outdoor events, these free parties. I'd love to see, stuff like that popping up, even in town. Yeah. I've always wanted to do something in town as like a flash mob, just to
a warehouse.
Just to try and get something going. Yeah. But then obviously the problem with Newport is obviously the council have just shut you down left, right, and centre. They're not even entertaining the idea of anything, because all they want to do is turn everything in town into flats.
It's crazy, bro.
And they want to earn their money back, etc. But case in point, they get rid of Delilah's as a club and they replace it with a hotel. next door to Courtyard.
It's crazy, but like there's a lot of clubs now which are turning to flats and housing, and you just think. I saw money in it. Money talks to me, and that's fundamentally that's it to me. If someone comes to you and says, "Listen, we'll give you X amount for the housing," the club owners will yell, so they'll do it.
Look at Motion.
Motion, exactly.
One of the top 3 venues in the UK. Like, and it has been for easily a decade.
Yeah.
It's being turned into flats, whether we like it or not.
It's crazy, but look out there now. That's happening. Similar
it's
stuff.
all the same, and that's in Bristol. Do you know what I mean? And it's gonna happen in a country like in a city like Newport, just because there's that demographic gap.
Yeah. Future Newport. So, where do you see that going, club-wise, music-wise?
Up, hopefully. I think everyone owes it to themselves. I think, especially with us all having a year off. I think, like I put on a post the other week. I think it'd be nice to see a lot of other people coming back when we're back now. A lot of brands coming together and working together and doing joint events
to get it going, like
just to get it going. You know, because this is what I've said. Like I've said before, like your big clubs. Like obviously your big clubs in Cardiff, your big clubs in Bristol, they're going to be okay because obviously they can afford it. But like your lower clubs, which is what I would classify the clubs in Newport as, your medium to low end clubs, we're all going to struggle. So I think for once, if we're ever going to work together, I think everyone should.
Now's the time.
Yeah, I think people should all come together and just try and share something. So, you know, does that mean that I'll be playing in different somewhere else when this all comes out? I don't know, but what it does mean is that I'm at least playing and I'm contributing, which is all I want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. Okay, sweet. And the last thing on Newport I want to discuss, I saw you've done a bit with them boys, but I don't know much about them. I don't think people will either. But Base FM. Newport's radio.
Yeah, so it was
crack that.
Newport's freshest radio station.
Yeah, it's the tag.
Yeah. It's got to get it in there. Literally starting back, I think Shy, the guy that runs it, big up Shy by the way. He's doing literally a mix now this Sunday. And yeah, that's literally what it was, or what I touched on earlier about wanting to come together. It was just loads of us DJs from different nights over the past. Like a lot of the Perk boys have got involved. Some of the Unity lads have got involved. We've all kind of just come together and we've pieced together a timetable that works for us all.
Nice.
So me and Matt Kirk, again, big up Matt Kirk, Main Room Courtyard DJ. Me and him used to do a show every Saturday.
Sick.
And
what time?
Varied really, but it was usually between 4 and 6:30.
Nice.
And yeah, it was good. It was just broadcast on FM. If you could pick it up, it was on.
What's the
oh no, I can't remember. Was it? No, it wasn't FM. Oh my god, no, it wasn't. It was an online studio. It was via the TuneIn app.
Yeah, I got you.
So I downloaded the TuneIn app, and then it was connected to your Alexa. It was connected to Facebook. We were going Facebook
Live.
live.
Live stream as well.
It was on Twitch. It was on Twitch as well. It was on everything. And yeah, it was good, mate. We had a big crowd in Germany.
Jen?
Yeah, on Twitch. No idea how. No, but we used to get like 500 people like all listening in on in Germany.
Can you see where they're listening from?
Yeah,
as you're playing.
Not as you're playing, but afterwards, obviously you have a look at the analytics of everything, and it can, like on Soundcloud, isn't it? When you've got something on
So he
Soundcloud.
listens from.
And it was just nuts. And we had one guy text in as well, saying he was enjoying the show from I think Chicago. I think he said at one point.
Happy days.
So I think it's just good. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, for me personally, as a DJ, that's my dream job, man. Like,
radio.
I've definitely got a face for radio. So, and yeah, that's all I've ever wanted is my own show. I had my own jingles. It was just sick, and it was a wicked layout as well. It was really well done.
Nice.
Where like one of the desks used to like lower and raise and stuff, but it was good. It just stopped as quickly as we did it. It stopped. Like again, Shy.
Because of COVID and stuff, or?
Yeah, and Shy, the guy that runs it, he's a finger in many pies kind of guy, and he works 110 mile an hour. So I work at 100 mile an hour. He's 50 mile an hour ahead of me. So he was actually doing the drive-through cinema that was happening in Cardiff.
Yeah,
that was
he's
him.
doing them as well.
Yeah. So he's still doing that, but now I think the opportunity. I don't know. Hopefully, if you're watching this, Shy, I really want to get back in Base FM basically.
Come on, bro.
But yeah, no, it was good because like I used to have like the Helium lads in, like Jay and all them lot. I had the Perk boys in, the Unity lads came in, Theo from Switch Up in Cardiff.
Nice.
They came through one week, and yeah, it was just really good.
Just have a laugh.
Yeah,
Boys,
that's what we wanted with our show, man. We just wanted to have a laugh. We didn't want to take it too seriously. We didn't want to, I didn't just want it to be me DJing, because every man and his dog now is going live on Facebook. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. You know, the jingles added that. I used to have my own little segments of the show. So I used to have Disco Den, where I'd have like 3 disco tracks. I'd have a featured artist every week. So I play half hour of just that artist's music.
Do you like the structure side of things?
Yeah, and it was nice, because I enjoyed obviously the work before the show. The show's the payoff.
Yeah.
But I used to enjoy putting that show together, and then you have an idea in your head of what you're going to do, and then it's executing it, and I just really enjoyed it, man.
Sweet, bro, sweet. Right, guys, next recurring segment we're going to do now is finish a sentence. So I'll hit you with a sentence.
Okay.
And you finish it off, okay?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do after lockdown is...
Get a haircut.
Bro.
I'm about to do a Britney, but I've cut all mine off.
Yeah, no, bro. Times are tough, man.
I know. That's a mop.
I know, bro.
I love it.
My favourite venue is...
Blind Tiger.
When I go Nando's, I get my chicken flavoured.
Oh, I see, medium, but I got that extra hot sauce on the side.
Nice. The best set I ever seen was blank at blank.
Oh, bloody hell. Now you got me. It was a guy called... Oh my god, what was his name? It was basically in the high toilets.
Nice.
There was a guy doing a this old school disco set, and I can't remember his name. It's the worst.
But it was up there.
Dale will be able to help me out with this, but it was me, Dale, Tom and Alid, and we paid money to go and watch Todd Terry in the main room.
Nice.
We went to go have a toilet break, and he was playing, and it was just the best thing we've ever seen. We booked him for the festival then the year after, and he was just playing, he was beat matching analog music, which I've never seen before, like
talented bloke.
Band music, yeah, and I was blown away.
Yeah, fair.
And I just couldn't believe it. Like every 2 minutes he'd be there with an air freshener spraying like that, because the smell of the toilets.
Bad, yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. That's the first one that came to my head. But yeah.
If I could play back to back with anyone, it would be...
Oh, bloody hell. Chris Lorenzo.
Nice. If I could have any superpower, it would be...
Foresight.
Oh, nice. I like it. The first drink I buy at the bar at an event is...
Double spice rum and coke.
Classy. If I was stuck on a desert island for a year with plenty of food and drink, 3 items I would take to keep myself occupied are...
Laptop with Ableton. A controller. A set of speakers.
Nice. When I'm in a kebab shop and I'm asked for salad boss, my response is...
No salad.
No sauce?
No sauce. Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Nice. The main thing I am missing about not having events to go to is...
The anticipation.
Something to look forward to.
Just the anticipation. Like, I've spoken to loads of people about it. Like, it's the anticipation of this is going to be a good event.
Yeah.
Like the planning.
Loving news.
Yeah. The little bit of doubt that comes into your mind that then feeds the pressure.
Yeah. And then when you start paying off, you're like, oh my god, it's banging.
Yeah. The actual night, as you know, mate, the actual night is the payoff, right?
Yeah,
the being there in the club on the night and DJing and doing everything else, that's the payoff.
Yeah.
The anticipation, the lead up and the build to it, that's what I miss more about it. Like when I get told, right, this is going to be your first event, that anticipation is going to be worth everything.
Crazy, 100%. And the last one DJ I really want to see live is...
Probably Marco Liss.
Okay, yeah, nice. Sick.
Yeah,
Sick.
He'd be good, I think.
Sweet. Okay, so the next session we'll talk about is somewhere close to your home, close to your heart, Blind Tiger Courtyard.
Yeah.
So, when did it all start? When was you first involved in Blind Tiger? And
many years ago. Feels like a long time ago. But no, it was, I was, as obviously a lot of people will know, I started DJing in Meze. I basically made a D&B rave in a metal club.
Nice.
That's basically what I did. Meze then closed. There was nowhere for me to go. So Iffy basically said, look, if you can find a place, I'll put a booth and a set of speakers in there. So then I saw the upstairs part of Warehouse at the time. So the smoking area of Warehouse.
Yeah.
So I basically made that then into an outdoor sort of smoking area / housey kind of
vibey thing.
Ibiza vibes kind of thing.
Nice.
Did that then for a couple of years, and then that was I basically outgrew that. I turned it into this thing where it was heaving every night. Iffy then had the room of Blind Tiger, which would just been converted into a nightclub. It was a flat before that. Not a lot of people know, but Blind Tiger used to be a flat.
As in where someone lived?
Yeah.
Is it?
Blind Tiger used to be a flat, yeah. So if next time you're in there, if you go to the bar and turn around, you can see a fireplace right behind you.
Mental.
So
didn't know that. Mental.
Yeah, it used to be a flat. So it literally just been converted. It'd been gutted. All the walls had been taken down. It was an empty room with I think it was about 4 or 5 sofas in there. We had speakers on stands, and we had lights that were masking taped to the ceiling.
Decks in the same place?
Decks in the same place. Yeah. The booth's always been in the same place, but it was so originally it was on the same level as the floor.
Yeah.
And it was just literally just a screen. That's it. And then I just said, right, I want to put my name on it on the door. I need something that I can do. So the idea was I started off doing an event called KOncept and Friends.
Yeah.
So obviously it was me bringing in
Friday nights.
Friday night. Well, it was started on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
And then basically, I created the atmosphere that we all know and love. There were some really bad times. There were some amazing times, but like, I think the consistency of it is what created the atmosphere and what created the buzz.
Yeah,
and I was just in a little room on my own, just DJing some like chill house music, and then people were like, "There's a really nice vibe in here," and then they'd want to stay in, and then they'd message their mates who were downstairs in Courtyard, "Do you want to come? You want to come up here?"
Yeah, trust.
And then obviously it was, you get your regulars then, and then and that's kind of where we've upgraded it as we've gone along, and now I think it's in its best version of it can possibly be.
I honestly think, bro, Blind Tiger, honestly, for a local club, it's proper up there, bro. Just for having a good time, the energy, the system, it's just awesome, bro. Like the sound system for the last shift that we done, the sound system was umping, bro. Like, do you mean it's awesome, but like, do you mean?
Yeah, well, it's what's it called? I can't remember the name of the
Function One.
Function One. That's it. Yeah, the big Function One speakers. It really shouldn't be in there.
No,
the sound system should not be in there.
I was thinking, like, is it too like heavy for it?
It's had to be toned down. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but
it's still umping, bro.
Oh yeah, it's got the clout, like. But again, when you compare it to the old sound system that was in there before, it's different gravy. Like,
yeah, 100%, bro. 100%.
I wish. Like, I'll show you after this. I'll show you all the videos, like the old Blind Tiger.
Well, show me the videos, bro. I put them on you.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Put them on those videos.
Yeah, but no problem. Well, there's about 5 different colours of brown on the walls. There was glass windows on one side of the wall, one side of the room, and we had a chandelier in there for ages. Just in the middle of the room, a chandelier.
Yeah, guys.
And future plans for it. I mean, I love the intimacy of it. That's the one thing I love over everything else about it. Is the fact that you're in that room and you were on top of the crowd, like you were.
Surrounded. Nice, man. It's nice.
And I want it to be sealed in. I've had people come to me, and one of the best compliments I've ever had with Blind Tiger is that it's like a mini motion.
That's awesome, bro.
And I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I can attest to that. And there's a reason why people want to come and do events in there now. Like yourself, like yourselves. Obviously, it was originally just obviously me and Jay. They used to just do events in there because obviously we were the only ones that could at the time.
Yeah.
But then as the years have gone by and as the atmosphere has changed and the reputation of Blind Tiger has grown and grown and grown, now a lot more other brands want to come in and do events, and I'm more than happy with that. Big up yourselves, big up all the Code Boys, Fixate, Unity, Perk, all them lot. They've all come in, they've all come through, and they've absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is down to the great atmosphere that's in there.
100%, bro.
And it's a unique place, man. Like, I love it. It's definitely something in the air when you walk in there. It's not like Courtyard.
The thing is as well, right? Like events aside, you can go in there on a normal Friday or Saturday when you've got your weekly things or whatever, and it's just for someone like myself going out somewhere Friday, Saturday to Cardiff, wherever, shit music. You go Blind Tiger, you start banging music all night long, Saturday, Sunday. Do you mean? There's no nonsense, none of that fucking shit. It's just good fucking quality music, and you go there as if you're at an event, but it's just a normal Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's consistent as well.
Well, especially over the recent years where we've really made a point of trying to have different nights on a Friday and a Saturday.
Yeah.
So like I used to just be me all night Friday, all night Saturday.
Yeah.
And that was what it was for the first 2.5 years I was in there. It was just me all night, every night. And don't get me wrong, bro, I used to get bored. I used to get bored of that, so I would imagine, if I'm getting bored of that, then the crowd are obviously going to get bored of it. So I was saying to myself, right, I need to try and switch things up.
Mixed up a little bit.
Yeah. So then I brought Jay in, one of the guy that runs Helium.
Okay.
And I've basically said, right, well, you know, he does his own thing on a Friday as his own event, and I'll play outside.
Yeah, nice.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just offering a different dynamic, and I think especially over the last 2.5 years, that has definitely helped Blind Tiger, because you get your Friday crowd and then you get your rework crowd then, and a lot of them are the same, but it's just nice to be able to offer that different variety
options.
Yeah, and then obviously you get your theme nights then, like when yourselves come in, when all the other events come in, like it's usually me then doing my thing out in the garden.
Yeah,
because obviously that's that bit of consistency, and that's that bit of, you know, right, well it wouldn't, so that's what I'm saying. So I think it's really good to have that.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, if you said to me when I first started in Blind Tiger, if you said to me that it'll be what it is now, back then I would have laughed at you.
Really? Wasn't expecting it at all?
I wasn't expecting anything, but I was expecting it to be a short-term thing, and I'd probably have been sacked or moved on, because it just, to me, it seemed like such a big move. Going from a smoking area that could barely fit 40 people into a club that is 200.
Where's the cap of Blind Tiger?
240, they reckon. But then that's not taking into consideration outside. So I think if you took into consideration outside, it's another 100. So 350 give or take. But there's been a lot more than 350 people.
I might say, 100% when it's Ramo, bro, we want the wall in there, innit?
Yeah, it's gross. I love it.
So with Blind Tiger then, headliners wise, many people come in?
Yeah, we've had a fair few big acts, to be fair. Yeah, like that was always something when the traction. When Blind Tiger started getting traction and rework started popping off, and you were noticing there was a big difference in the way the nights were attended. It was literally like a switch. Like I did rework, went to Ibiza, came back from Ibiza, and then it was like, it was just like a new focus. Or it was like, I'm not saying it might just be a case of good timing, but I really noticed the difference after then. So then the conversation was, right, let's get some people in, let's get some acts in. You know, it was a conversation that happened between myself and Iffy and the booker at the time, Ben. I was told basically, right, you know, this is your budget. As long as it fits that budget, we're happy to lean on you for the experience, because obviously they didn't necessarily know who was in the mix there. So you know, I started off wanted to get big local acts in. So as in, like, I got a pro in, like Lucas Alexander. I got him in. That was quite recent. Always, do you know what I mean? Always going to bring a good party. The guy is really well respected in the game as well. Like between DJs, between promoters. Everyone knows who he is, and I knew he would bring what he did to the table, and to be honest with you, he was probably one of my favorite Blind Tigers, because just he's a mate, so it was just wicked to get him booked in as a headliner, and make a fuss of it. But more importantly, it was nice to just share the booth with him at the end and just be like, right, you know what, this is sick.
Nice,
big acts then we've had Brett Gould, we've had George Qualley in. Big up George. Obviously he came in as a favour. That was big.
Bro, that was about 5 years ago, something like that?
No, George Qualley was 2 years ago. Brett Gould was about 4 years ago.
Okay. Nice.
And we've just had sort of different people from there then. So we've had Moda. We did a day party with Moda as well. We booked Development, baseline DJ, Jumping Jack Frost, D&B legend. But yeah, man, we've booked loads of people.
Sick, bro, that's what it's like all about, isn't it?
And yeah, it was like I said earlier about the anticipation. Like, I booked George Qualley to play for my birthday in Blind Tiger. So obviously it was my birthday, it was Rework's birthday, it was headliner as well. Do you know what I mean? It was a big prim and proper event.
Yeah, I got him.
And you know, it's George Qualley. I knew he was going to do well, and I knew he would pull. But then, it made like next level pull off. It was wicked. If he had both of his phones out, like, it was wicked. But
double handed.
Yeah, mate, big time. No, it was massive. But because obviously the booking costs you a lot of money, you're a bit like, this has to do well. Do you know what I mean? And then and the payoff was just well worth it, because then at the end I was just like, yes, this is. I remember going back to Luke's afterwards, Standard Drill, and after party, like, I remember just sitting on the sofa and just being like,
But in it, bro, in it, when it's all done,
Yes.
it's like fuck for
you
that,
gotta take that moment, like, and I'm
Yeah.
not like that. I'm not like that until I leave the club.
until it's all done.
Yeah,
That's
and
it,
then and then when I'm back wherever I am, whether it's back at mine, back at Luke's, back in someone's kitchen, wherever.
Yeah.
It's that.
That was banging.
That feeling then
Pat on the back,
afterwards.
like,
It's that's and
I know what you mean, bro.
that's why you get up and do it. You know yourself, bro.
I know what you mean, bro. Okay, sweet. And then to finish off Blind Tiger, then. So, first of all, if you could pick one moment, what would be the best moment?
That's easy, man.
Yeah?
I've got a video. You can put
Yeah,
it on
well,
at the top
send it,
list.
I'll bang that.
New Year's Eve 2018.
Clean off.
Yeah, I timed based on Opus
Yeah, the song.
by Eric Pritz.
Yeah.
I timed it to drop on
Right on
New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it was just I was crying.
We got a minute and a half left. I just want to say on behalf of myself and everyone here at Rework, thank you very much. 2018 has been a year. The Blind Tiger has been put on the fucking map. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a job, so thank you very much. Oh, by the way, you listen! For the last 2 minutes, I'll be doing this song in. We are going to bring in 2019 in the only way possible. You pick Rework for your place. Honestly, I want it back this year, so I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. 3 years ago, this place was absolutely fuck off. And if it wasn't for every single one of you lot coming here week in and week out and doing me a job, we would be absolutely nothing. So listen, whether you've had a good year, whether you've had a bad year, whether you've had the best year of your life, it doesn't matter. I only want you to make one promise to my phone. One promise to me now, and that is to be 2019 a lot better than 2018. Who's winning on this one, guys? Who are you going to the back there or what? Let's do the back there.
I'm crying. Honestly, it was.
I love you, everybody.
But no, it basically the thing was is that was my first New Year's Eve actually in Blind Tiger on New Year's Eve, because everything leading up to that point, I would always do a Meze reunion set.
Okay, so you go back over here.
Yeah, so they'd open up Meze for the night. Obviously, all the old band stuff. I play all my old like drum and bass and dubstep and all.
Yeah.
And it was a long old set. I'd play 8 until 8. I'd get paid a decent amount of money to do it, so I would do it. But always, I was like, I want to just do a rework for New Year's Eve. I just need to do it.
Yeah, nice.
And then 2018, they pulled the trigger, and yeah, I had the idea with Luke. Luke gave me the idea to do it. Actually, he was like, you should definitely time it to drop on New Year's Eve, and I was just, then we practiced it, and then pulled it off, and everyone was just popped off because that song, and since then that song has been like.
Wherever you hear that song, you think
I play it usually like once a month. And it would be like the moment, like all the lights would go off in Blind Tiger. I'd start the dun 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 dun, and everyone would be like, "Oh, cool." And then the phones would come out, and then it would be 3 minutes of me holding back the tears because it's emotional.
Fucking right, nice, bro.
And then it just boots off then. But yeah, that is the, for me, that's the moment. And
best moment we've had, Blind Tiger.
Yeah, because that was when the ball was rolling with Blind Tiger. Like we had so much momentum. It was week on, and that's when the busy weeks first started.
Oh,
now we're weathering this. Now we're weathering it, and we're able to deal with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's consistency and it's bringing that to the table.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, was when it first started happening, and we were just like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. You couldn't even get in there."
Sick.
And I'm crying my eyes out. I'd said a little speech all off a cuff. It was like someone off a film, bro. Yeah, mate, it's like something you see on a film. Like I was like, let's make a promise that this year is going to be the best year of your life and all. But honestly, like everyone's like, come on. Oh, it's just like, oh god.
Okay, so best moment ticked off. If you could pick one moment, what would be the worst moment?
Worst moment. Probably when everything broke in Blind Tiger. That was probably
when you was playing.
Yeah, fell at mass. Mid-set, literally mixing 2 tunes together, and the electric just cuts.
Completely good.
Yeah, and it's that initial like, oh shit.
Oh fuck.
But in true Blind Tiger fashion, no one left.
That's how I waiting around.
No one left.
Oh, people
started doing like they started like singing like, don't you know, pump it.
Classic.
And I'm there running round trying to
sweating like what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, but Dale sorted me out, so again big up Dale for that, because I'm losing the head. I'm behind the booth like, what the fuck's going on? And he's just like, look up. You stop and look up, and then I'm looking up and everyone's like, don't you know, pump it up. So I was just like, you lot are mad. I was like, yeah, alright. So then I just quickly turned the speakers back, turned the decks back on, and I got the end all track ready, and then I played it, and then so I managed to turn it around. But initially, as far as like my heart falling at my ass is concerned, and touch wood, I've not had. Well, actually, one of the worst moments is when some dickhead decided to pour a drink on my laptop.
Oh, never.
Yeah,
or straight up
ruin my Mac. Yeah,
over the top.
Yeah,
been a bell end.
I wasn't there.
Oh fuck off.
Ruin my Mac. And yeah, I had to, it was only the visuals. There was nothing on, like, obviously.
But still, it's more the Mac.
It's all my music.
Yeah.
It was a Mac I'd had for like 6.5 years. It was a Battle Horse. It was still worth like $2,000 because it was wicked, and I just had to go and buy a new one. So I was just like, buzzing. So cheers, mate.
You know who you are.
Yeah, nice one, mate.
Okay, sweet.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
I say now. I was just getting into it.
Getting into it, I know you're not with me, bro. Happy? So, okay, so. The next segment we're going to do, guys, with KOncept today is either or. So I'll give you 2 options.
Okay, cool.
You tell me what you prefer.
Fine.
House or techno?
House.
Ibiza or Amsterdam?
Ibiza.
Chinese or Indian?
Chinese.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Glitterbox or defective?
Glitterbox.
Rave or concert?
Rave.
Camping festival or hotel festival?
Camping festival.
Trance or acid?
Acid.
McDonald's or KFC?
KFC.
Day rave or night event?
Oh, day rave.
Yeah. Old school or new school?
Old school.
Yeah, big up. Newport or Cardiff?
Newport.
Lager or cider?
Cider.
Night out or night in?
Night out.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Bag in or bag out?
Bag in.
Always. Okay, sweet. Right. Right, last bit then we'll chat about okay. Right guys, the last bit we're going to talk about today is regarding the government response to Nightlife and how it's affected, you know, DJ Smoker, people like ourselves, you know, bigger than us, smaller than us. So I know you've done the cancel the curfew protest.
I did, yeah.
Outside by Tiger. So can you tell us a bit more what that was all about?
It was just a case of just showing solidarity against really something that we disagreed with. So, you know, it was so final, and the way it was like, right, yeah, you're shut, you're done.
It's crazy, wasn't it?
There was no like, you're done, but by the way this happens. At the time, yeah, okay, we were banned anyway. We had our license took off us for 12 weeks anyway, so there was very little we could have done, but it wasn't.
It's not the point.
It's the bigger picture.
No, I feel you. I know exactly what you're saying.
It was just at that exact moment in time, there was no help or assistance given. So it was just a case where, right, you know, we want to cancel the curfew because we feel that the service that we're giving to people gives people a bit of hope, and give people, you know, if you're allowed to go to a pub in a day at the time, which you were, why are you not allowed to go to a pub at night?
Yeah,
what way is we don't mind restricting the hours, we don't mind closing at 12 or 1, but you know, if people are allowed to day drink, why are they not allowed to night drink? There was more questions asked than there were answers given. Does that make sense?
No, I know exactly what you're saying, bro.
But the turnaround was amazing for it. So I came up with the idea of doing it. It was a post I saw on
so was it like a national thing?
Yeah, it was a post I saw on Instagram. Like a DJ that I know from London was basically doing it, and yeah, I kind of hit me. I was just like, right, you know what? I need to do something. Screw this. I'm going to do it. So I didn't necessarily ask anyone for consent, because you don't with a protest. I was like, I'm going. So if anyone wants to come and join, then feel free. And I was blown away, mate. There was literally about 50 of us stood outside.
Oh, we do.
And what was even more interesting is that because we were closed at the time, other clubs that were open at the time, people were walking out like punters, seeing what we were doing and just grabbing signs, joining in. Yeah, nice, everyone was. Everything was like restriction free. We were all socially distant. We were all wearing masks and stuff. So, you know, it was
all done properly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for the record, it was all done above board.
Yeah.
And Yeah, and the police, to be fair, were all right. There was a bit too many of them. Like, we were stood there, and then 6 police cars rocked up.
Oh,
We
really?
literally stood there doing nothing with a sign, and 6 police cars rocked up.
I guess like that. Though,
So I understand why they were there, and they were just like, who's in charge. So obviously Chris, who was the manager, he decided to say that he was in charge and dealt with it, and everything was fine. They were, I just wanted to show a bit of solidarity. And what annoyed me the most about it, though, if I'm honest, I'm probably going off on a tangent a bit with it here, was like other clubs. When I was walking back to my car, other clubs were like, "Oh, you should have said before you done it, or we would have joined you." I was like, I literally did.
I literally
Made a fuss of it. I put a huge post on Facebook.
Yeah.
I didn't tag anyone.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to be seen to be favourites.
Yeah.
But it got seen. Everyone shared it.
course.
You showed your support. It was perfect. You weren't the only one. I had lots of people saying, good on you for doing it. And all they had to do was come walk round to our side of town, or walk round outside the club, and walk outside their own club, and all the sign up. But it felt like, because I was the one that came up with the idea, they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I was just
petty.
I was just like, you know what? But yeah, bro, I in answer to the government response, I would say, what response? There's literally been nothing. Like, and I'm a nothing guy, right? I've got a day job. I have to rely on my day job for income. I wish I earned enough money DJing to sustain a lifestyle. I used to, but not anymore. That's a matter of fact.
Yeah. But don't you think, though, if that was the case now, you would be fucked? Because
oh, mate, I know guys that get paid a lot more money than I do
just from DJing. COVID's come.
They're delivery drivers now.
And it's crazy, bro. Do you mean like it's not? Well, I saw when it all started happening, Kettima, bro, something on his story. He's labouring.
Yeah.
Do you mean it's just nuts? Like if you're not fully made it yet, and you're in that in between gap.
It's been a hard reset for the entire market, and we need to have something happen this year, as in the restrictions released, or not released, but relaxed to a point where people can come and be entertained, because we need to do something quickly. Because I said to you in the car off record, you can plan for a rainy day, you can plan for a rainy month, you cannot plan for a rainy year.
You wouldn't expect to, do?
No.
What's happened now in this last year is something that probably won't happen again in our lifetimes.
No.
I mean, it's a one-off.
And whereas it was looked at before as, oh, I'm quite envious of that guy being a DJ. Now I feel really sorry for him.
Yes,
and I don't want people to have that. I want to be, it's affected me quite. Like, again, not necessarily going into it too much, but it has affected my mental health quite a lot.
Yeah, well, same, bro. No, not really same.
With it being something that is so prominent in your life for so long, like it's 12 years of my life that I've committed every single weekend minimum to, and in some cases an entire week, an entire summer to. Do you know what I mean? Like festivals, seasons, all of these things. Now it feels like it effectively means nothing, because it's a hard reset, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, so I know it's nuts, bro. It's crazy.
But I understand from the government's perspective though as well, because unfortunately we're in a very heavy customer facing environment.
Yeah.
And any job that has been customer facing has had the same problems that we've got. But the problem is that no one has not received this lack of support.
As in the music industry, event industry,
there's been
nothing at all, not one bit at all.
It's not even been addressed. Like the fact that Boris Johnson flippantly said the other week.
What was it we saying before? Sorry to interrupt you. The retrain thing. Just go off and retrain. Like it's just bizarre. Bro.
Yeah, go off and get retrained in something. It's like, well, when you do something for 12 years,
it's ridiculous, but it actually is ridiculous.
Like, don't get me wrong, and this is no disrespect to any of the other DJs, right? But if I was a DJ that was just a popular kid that had been playing for 10 months, I could probably drop it as quickly as I picked it up.
Oh, no, 100%. Listen, like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like with the whole COVID thing, if you're fully startup, it's not the end of the world. If you're in between startup and towards the top, where you invested a lot of your life into it, money, time, energy, it hits you a lot harder, because it is your life. Like yourself, to me, you've been doing it for how many years? Have you been DJing for? 12 years. You mean, so that's a big chunk of your life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and is to have nothing back from it, and just to have to just deal with it and just get on with it. It's not mad. Obviously, not a politician or whatever like that. But if
I'm not that good at lying.
if you got it your way, like, how would you have dealt with it? There's obviously how could they have dealt with it better, the government, in terms of responding to nightlife in the UK? I know it's a broad question,
Yeah,
but like,
jeez.
do you know what I mean? Like, what could they have done? Do you think that they could have managed to do that would have helped a lot of people out?
I think putting more of an emphasis on restriction of closing times, like Blind Tiger again was one of the only clubs in Newport that had a 24-hour license,
Yeah.
so it could stay open 24 hours. Like,
That's mad.
my goal was never to stay open 24 hours. So if you could turn around and say to me on a Saturday, you could open between the hours of say like 1 and 12, so 1 p.m. until 12 p.m.
Yeah.
That's 11 hours I'm open for that I
Plenty
could potentially trade for, that we could potentially put a day party on
Restrictions
for.
in place.
And this is going back for when pubs were open.
Yeah.
I think just as a general ethos, I think if the rules are being stuck to, so they kind of have to keep you open. Like if you can guarantee people are going to be socially distant,
Yeah.
that's what got us closed in the first place, man.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
it was the lack of policing is what got us closed down. It wasn't
Yeah.
the fact that people were in there and they were doing what they were doing. You can't stop people from moving around, and
No,
you
of
can't
course.
stop drunk people from making stupid decisions. But you can put more of an emphasis on policing it, and that was the problem, is that it wasn't policed.
Yeah.
So I think learning from our lessons, policing it to a maximum degree, I think would mean that, I think we'd be in a position to get something set open in a nice a perfect world, a nice big open space, a day party,
Outdoor.
I don't really see a problem.
Table service.
Don't see an issue at all
Yeah.
with it. But again, I'm not a politician.
No, of course.
I'm not. I don't know what the other repercussions of it are. I just want to be in a position whereby I can put something together and plan.
Thing is, I'll put it this, how you think about this, and this is something I thought from the first time I went to this sort of establishment in lockdown. Supermarkets, bro. I've been open all the way through. Obviously, I know they need to be open,
Yeah.
but I come into more contact in a supermarket
Yep.
than I would like, anywhere else.
100%.
And it's been constant. It's just constant. All the, I was in Morrison's the other day. It's a free for all. People are everywhere touching things, putting
Yeah.
things back down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nothing said. Nothing. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, it's all fine. Do you know what I mean?
But they deem it as essential, so that's the
No, I
the
get
trick.
that.
That's
but
the trick, isn't
more
it?
so into like the social interaction of things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, I
it's-
agree 100%. Like it, like they're not policing.
They're not policing now effectively.
No,
do you know what I mean?
you can stand 2 meters apart from someone for 2 hours to queue to get in, but then when you're in,
Yeah,
it's a free for all.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Like they should have, like, if they wanted to take it as seriously as that, they have someone at the door. You give them your shopping list. They go and do your shopping for you.
Yeah.
Bring back. You pay for it, and then you
But
go.
they don't care that much. They don't care.
No,
they don't. Do you mean it's
not at all.
It's crazy, but.
But
Do you see then a post? Why? Do you see a post-COVID boom of events?
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
it is.
Massively.
It's going to be huge there.
Massively.
Massive rebound, isn't it?
The opening night of Blind Tiger, when all this is done, is going to be chaos.
Clean off.
Chaos.
Proper.
Like, and you don't even need to plan anything.
No,
I just need to say,
you know people are going to be there without a doubt. Like
Yeah.
people will book things extra now because they're like, oh, I
just
haven't
make up
done
for
it
it.
for 2 years,
Yeah,
so I'm
just
going to
make
book
up
3
for it.
holidays in 1 year,
Let's
4
make
holidays
up
1
for
year.
it. But I think we need to be careful though, because like I said, it's easy to have that boom and then go back to, all right, well, it's going to be open next week now.
No, God, you want to keep.
I'm
carry
never
on.
gonna take it for granted ever again. Like
Oh.
I've took DJing for granted so many times.
Going out though, bro. Be able
And
to
being
leave your house.
Yeah,
To be able to
and-
go fuck cinema, do anything like.
I'm never gonna take it for granted ever
Oh, of
again,
course
because
not,
you're gonna
bro.
remember when you're DJing in front of an empty room and no one's there. I'm gonna remember what it was like not DJing at all.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, right, this is instantly 10 times better than that.
100%.
So, yeah.
Do you think as well? I said this to a few people I've spoke to. There's gonna be like a boom of just like over like happiness of life in general. Don't
Yeah.
you think? Because people
Yeah.
are gonna just start doing stuff. Because you think, bro, yourself as a life, yeah, and how you do things. The stuff you go out to do, that's a big part of your life. Let's say you might leave your house to go work aside, but you might go for food, for the pub, events, cinema, bowling, I don't know, whatever. That's like a big chunk of your life. As in the stuff you do as a collective.
Yeah.
Do you mean? And
Yeah.
when that's all stopped, that's obviously gonna have an impact on
But it's
people's like.
yeah,
people's
for me, it was like, I know I'm 33 now at the end of the month, right? Realistically, I don't want to be playing Blind Tiger for the rest of my life. Okay?
Yeah.
So I know there's going to come a point when I'm going to be moving on, whether or not that's completely stopping or whether or not that's going to somewhere else.
Radio.
Yeah, potentially, right?
Nice.
But I want to do that on my own terms.
Yeah.
So with everything that's happened and the way that it's happened, it's felt like that has been taken away.
Rob from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like my full stop has been put there
Yeah.
instead of
You
me putting it there.
deciding when.
Yeah, because like it's literally like a year next week to the day when like restrictions happened. I remember it was the 21st of March. I did a live stream from the main room of Blind Tiger, the first Saturday after lockdown happened, as like a right, this is going to be the new thing.
Yeah.
And that feels like so long ago.
It's crazy, bro. Innit?
So long ago, and that was the last
bro.
time. That was the last time I played the main room, and it was a year ago.
I feel it, bro. It's crazy.
So, yeah, it's just mad. Like I just want my life back.
Won't be long, but wow, you say that. Hopefully, it won't be long. Do you mean?
Well, we didn't wait for Mark Dickford to sort himself out, do we?
Don't, bud, don't.
Is he banned from any Shift TV events?
100%.
100%?
He won't be on your whatsoever.
He's not on any lists.
No chance. No chance.
You hear that?
You're not having it. You're not coming. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is what/who is your favourite.
Okay.
So I'll give you a list of things.
Cool.
And you tell me your favourite.
All right.
So DJ.
Chris Lorenzo.
Producer.
I'm gonna sound like I'm fanboying now. Pick someone else. Pick someone else. Pick someone else.
This Chris Lorenzo, bro. Back in.
Chris Lorenzo. Yeah.
Takeaway food.
Chinese.
Non-takeaway food.
Oh God. Non-takeaway food. I don't really eat any of that. Nah. Steak.
Yeah, nice. Animal.
Dog.
Ice cream flavour.
Ooh, vanilla.
Nice. Keep it classy.
But it's got to be proper vanilla. No one has like the chunks in it, and the little black bits in it. No?
I got a bit of pod like.
Yeah.
Band.
Bloody hell. Chromeo.
Okay, nice. Sport.
Ice hockey.
Time of year.
Christmas.
Events brand.
Probably Glitterbox.
Sick, yeah, it's probably sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Free time activity / hobby.
Free time activity / hobby, DJing.
And festival.
Oof. It's got to be Creamfields, I think, innit?
Yeah, it is good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, it gets a lot of fucking stick, bro, but like, it's just fucking banging. I know there's no production here. I know it's just tense now, but you've got wicked DJs, bro. Banging vibe.
But it's what you make it then, isn't it? When there's a lack of production, you've got to make your own.
Oh no, listen, but I've been a few times. I always think it's sick. Like, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Season 1 all wrapped up now, so I'll get this all edited and over to you as soon as possible. So thanks for coming on, bro.
Mate, all good. Thank you for having me.
That. So just to finish off then, obviously now we hope that COVID won't be around for too much longer. What can people look forward to in terms of a concept, Blind Tiger, Newport? What have you got coming out? What should people look forward to?
I'm going to be getting some tracks put together now and finalised. Hopefully I can get an EP out over the next 6 weeks.
Nice.
I'm hoping to really jump back into
what genre,
production.
what sub-genre we talking?
Oh, it's hard to say. I'm just enjoying making like
concept, like.
Yeah, I made a bit of breakbeat recently, making a bit of tech house, like taking some hints off like Jamie Jones and stuff. So if I can make anything that's half as good as what he makes, then I'll be alright. But no, it's I'm look out for my own tracks. Really, I'm really just looking forward. I've been asked a question of like what tunes you most looking forward to playing, and in the most selfish way possible, I'm looking forward to playing my own.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
no,
just because like they're untested, and it's gonna be
see what the crowd
like, yeah, like when you hear them, it's gonna be the first time I'm hearing them for
nice.
So, but yeah, no, like just getting back to business, like just getting back at gigging again.
Blind Tiger.
Tiger,
popping off.
Anywhere they'll have me. I play bar mitzvahs, Hanukkahs, so I don't mind. Like, it don't bother me. Yeah, at least I'll smash a plate on the floor. It don't bother me. I'll probably offend loads of people, but no, like just getting back on the road, like just having a bit of like planning and
Shift Safe Summer 2021.
Yeah, big time, mate.
Fuck guy.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Sweet.
Big time. Nice one, guys.
Alright, safe.